Hey, what's up, people? So this is going to be an updated 1.0 interchange map guide, including extracts, new areas, and a full map to walk through. This video is going to be broken up into multiple different sections, all of which will be timestamped in the description below. If you already know the map of Interchange, check the pinned comment for timestamps of new additions to the map that came out with 1.0. I'll do my best to list them all out, but it might be difficult because most of the outer part of the map is now entirely new. So I'll likely put time ranges for those areas. If I miss one, please try to let me know so I can fix it. Maps used in this video were made by MapGenie and Reamer. There's a 99% chance you've seen some of Reamer's maps on either the Tarkov wiki or somewhere else. He makes some really good stuff, and you should check out his work by the links in the description below. I really hope you find this video helpful in some sort of way. It took many hours to put this together, so if you feel like showing support, you can subscribe and like the video. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy. Alright, so this is Emercom Checkpoint. This is going to be one of the two main extracts that are going to be available to you, depending on where you spawn in the map. Holiday is going to be right over there. You have the transit to customs over there where I'm looking, the power station over there where I'm looking, and the extract zone is fairly big. It leads out all the way to about right here, until about right here. So anywhere in this kind of rectangle area, you should be able to extract if you have the extraction. Alright, this is the Railway Exfil extract. It's going to be over here in the corner of the map. You can see idea over there. Power station is going to be in that direction where I'm looking. Flare extract, transit to customs over there. And so this is going to be one of two of the main extracts that you get, depending on where you spawn in the map. The extract zone is fairly big. You can even extract from up here. This is my favorite spot to extract right here. Kind of nice. Nice cozy. Again, the extract zone is fairly large. So anywhere in the zone, you can obviously extract. Just stand in it for a little bit. Alright, this is the Power Station VX extract, also known as the taxi. It is over at the power station. This extract has a chance to spawn every raid. It is not a 100% chance that it will spawn. To use this extract, all you need to do is come up to it, transfer however many rubles it says. A 1 minute timer will start counting down. You can see the timer at any time by pressing O or whatever your extract button is to see the time. Only people in the same party can use this together. You and someone else that's not your team cannot use this together. It's a PMC only extract. You do not need to stay in the extraction zone the entire 1 minute duration. However, if you're not in the extraction zone when the time runs out, the car will leave you and you'll be, well, still in raid. When using the car extract, make sure you don't go too far out near the sniper zone, as the snipers will shoot you whether you have activated the car or not. So make sure you don't go past the car at any time, or else you will most likely die or get shot. Alright, so this is going to be the flare extract. It's a bit inside of the newer part of the map, on the outer edge of the map. So I'm going to start here to show exactly where it is. There's the transit to customs, there's the mall, alley. Railway is over there. Or once you reach this area in this camp, this is part of the new expansion. If you walk just a bit past this into this truck, you'll be greeted with the signal flare notification. Once you shoot the flare, you can begin to walk up, and you will start extracting. When you're shooting the flare, make sure you don't look straight up or straight on. You want to be kind of right in the middle of it, and a little bit down, because if you shoot it straight up, you're going to shoot it behind you, and it's not going to go high enough to trigger the flare extract. So look straight on, go a little bit up, and then shoot it. Alright, so this is going to be the Saferoom Exfil extract. This is not a normal extract. There are some steps that you have to do to be able to extract from this. Power must be on for this, and you go in the back left of the second floor of the mall. Go over into Burger Spot. Go into the bathroom, the right bathroom. Power must be on for this, and you are going to swipe the object 11SR keycard. Once that's done, there are a couple ways you can go about getting to the actual safe room. You can go that way, around there, and go down the stairs over there. Or you can just go down these stairs and go down into hole in the ground. We're going to do that one. Once you go down hole in the ground, you're going to want to make this slight left. This door right here will be open once you've swiped the card. All you have to do once you're in this room is hit the switch next to the door, and the door will close, and then you will extract. There is some loot in there though, so maybe loot up before you leave. Alright, so this is Scav Camp. This is a co-op extract. To use this extract, you need to have a PMC and a Scav within the area to actually extract. There's a couple ways to get to the actual extract. You can go down these escalators right in the middle of Goshan. This is part of parking, so you can also get down here from there. Let's go down these escalators. And the area to extract is right here. A Scav and a PMC, once again, need to be both in this area to activate the extract. You can also get down here from the underground of Goshan. There are the stairs leading up and down from the back of Goshan. One last thing I do want to note about this extract is a new item called the Interchange Underground Utility Plan. It can be found in things like filing cabinets and jackets. As of posting this video, there's no known use for this item. However, it's thought to be a way to extract out of this co-op extract as only one person. If new information arises about this, I'll update it in the pinned comment below. Alright, so this is the transit to customs. The mall is going to be right there. There's Ali. Emercom Checkpoint is over there where I'm looking. Railway is over there where I'm looking. Flare over there. You can use transits once 1 minute has passed in the raid. The transit, you simply come close to this bus. Once you get close, you'll be prompted to interact with it. Hold down your interact for a moment. And once you do, you'll be able to transfer a little bit of loot at a raid for a cost of rubles. Once you're past that screen, a 20-second timer will occur, and then you will transit to customs. Alright, so this is going to be the transit to Streets of Tarkov. Very close to the railway exfil, just down there. There's Idea. There's the power station over there. Flare extract over there in that direction. Like all transits, you can only transit once 1 minute has passed inside the raid. To transit, just come up here. You'll get an interact prompt. Once you interact with it, you'll be able to transfer some loot for a cost of rubles. And then you will transfer or transit to Streets of Tarkov. Okay, so I guess we can start here. So this is where the transit to customs is. But it's been expanded just a little bit, not too much. You still can't go all the way out, but you can still go back here. Couple of loot spots. Transit to customs right here. I just can't do it because it hasn't been a minute yet. Couple loot spots. Some med loot spots in there. There. And there. And we'll just go this way and wrap all the way around. So this obviously used to be walled off. You can now go all the way back through here. Sure, there's going to be spawns back here and whatnot. Barrier here. Seems like you can't get up on this rock. Maybe a little bit. Still a barrier though. Really seems to not be much out here. I'm sure there's some stashes and whatnot around. Once you get far enough out, there's going to be mines and snipers. So don't go too far out. can even run all the way along this. It's kind of cool. What the? So road here seems safe. Mines and snipers and whatnot to my left. Seems like already too far into it. The road seems like it's in the sniper area a bit, so all that's out of bounds, I guess. Got this little camp over here. Some loose spots here. You can see the interchange sign over there. The motor there, cool. Some loot spawns around here. That's where we were earlier. There's Ollie. Let's go look at this little bridge and then we'll check out the flare spot. Or flare extract. It's pretty cool. You can go across here. There are mannequins on these sandbags, so these are not players. I guess that's good to know. Seems like armor can spawn on the mannequins as well. Interesting. Alright, let's go look at the flare extract. So, signal flare area is all the way out to here. So let's see where the flare area starts. It's right about here. Okay. Let's continue on. Some food items in here, maybe? Various spawns here. I wonder how far we can go before there's snipers. It seems like you're safe from snipers pretty far out. There's gonna be a railway right in front of us. Surprised no snipers yet. So I guess this way... I guess you can be right up on the signs, the mine signs, and still not get shot. That's good to know. Felt like not so much on the other side though. Felt like the snipers were shooting me pretty close to the signs. See if we can make it here. Yeah, still good. Or there used to be a wall right here. It's pretty much... Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, I guess over here the mines kind of start a little further out, so just be careful of that. Yeah, I think the wall started pretty much right here and went down, so they added a little bit off of it right there. It looks like it didn't expand this at all. Just Still the same old railway exfil. So the rocks leading all the way down to railway are pretty much the same. This is still all cut off. This is the transit to streets. This is a little different. Just out a little more. It's polished up a bit. Doesn't seem like there's any loot spots like the other area. Can't go in these tents. Alright, yeah. I had to turn off my post effects because the fog was blinding me. Alright, so yeah, this is all more or less the same. There's idea. Still a sign. Seems like a bit more trees. Bit more foliage. More grass. It's all roughly the same over here. Just different terrain a little bit. More trees, more foliage, and whatnot. And so here's where there's a bit of a difference because this used to be walled off right here. That's still the same. Just the wall seems to be broken and you can get by both ways. So all this is new. There's a bit of water. Not too much out here. Probably, I'm stuck. Hello? Okay, so I'm actually stuck if I don't, like, get up. That's so weird. Okay. Is this a barrier, or is this just... Okay, so yeah, this is just a barrier. So you cannot go under that. FYI. Also, this water area is not very clear. You can't go under it, it seems. At all. Can you go over it? You can go over it. You can also walk on it. So, yeah, if you go over there, on each side you should be able to get over it. Just not under it. Yeah. You can get over it, not under it. Can you get over it right here? Maybe if you... You can still shoot through it. Very odd. Okay, so the back of idea right there. You can get by the wall. This is the power station. You can go over here. Kind of a little spot back here. This might be the edge. Nope, sorry, you can keep going. Keep going all the way back here. And from my understanding, the taxi right here is no longer right here, rather farther out. Yeah, I would assume it would be right here. From my understanding, I do believe that's where it would be. Yeah, snipers. Of course, the BSG making easy camping spots for extracts. Classic. Okay. So don't get too close to the signs. Or the river, rather. Or both. See how close we can get. Okay, so about 10 feet from the sign, give or take. There's the power area. The original wall is that. So even though they did add a fair amount of land volume to the map, there's really not much out here, it seems. Okay. Yeah, don't go anywhere near the river. Maybe a couple tool loot spawns here. Not getting shot here. So from that rock to here, it seems like you can go. Another sign right there. So yeah, I just wouldn't go anywhere really close to the river. Closer than what I am right now. I shot right there. So yeah, don't go close to the signs. Another sign right there. Have this little hill right here. A big building right there. Obviously out of bounds. I'm gonna explore a little more inward in a second, but I want to go along the entire edge of the map. So this is of course Emercom. The wall used to be right there, of course. And seems like this is all gonna be sniper area. Start shooting. Okay. So this is of course Emercom. Seems like they expanded the extract zone maybe a little bit. Could be wrong on that. All looks the same, give or take. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Explore the very outer side of the map and then I'm gonna go more inside. And we'll go inside the actual mall. This is all roughly the same. There is a new little medical outpost right here. Check that out in a second. Little camps scattered around like usual. And I believe that is the extent of the new areas on the edge of the map. So this is us walking back up to the transit for customs. There's the wall. There's the sign. And just to show you, this is the transit to customs. Alright, this is going to be the closer section of the map. Kind of closer to the mall. These little outpost areas. This is going to be a new area. A lot of loot spawns. Before this was just obviously a road. Different sort of medical items. Some gun item spawns. Going down to the transit to customs. This is all more or less the same. Nothing really much over here. There's this little enclosed area over here. I don't believe you can get in through over here still. So just the back entrance and the front entrance over there. There's the transit to customs over there. Not too much in here. Quest van right there. Really not much to do in here. There is a room you can open for a quest and some loot areas. Right there. Requires power, of course. The parking lot in front of Ollie. Most of this looks relatively unchanged. Some weapon spawns there. So this is relatively the same, it seems. So yeah, this is the old Scav co-op extract. You can walk up this, go out into the outer side of the map. Little bits of loot areas here. Not too much though. Parking lot outside of Ultra. The middle section of the mall. Basically the same. This is a little go-kart track out front of Idea. All also more or less the same. Alright, this is the power station. There's also a new door behind the lever. Turn on power. It goes down. There's a keypad right here to swipe a card, although we're not sure what card needs to be swiped yet. Once new information arises, I'll update it in the pinned comment below. This is where you can turn on power. I did also want to cover that the top of the power station has changed a bit. There are currently now 2 mounted machine guns. Some different sort of loots up here. Both of these are operable. And this leads all the way back to Emercom Checkpoint. This is old no backpack extract. Rest in peace. Yeah, really not much differences other than this camp right here and a couple other areas close to the mall there. Alright, to start the middle section of the mall, we're gonna go in through Ollie. There are some back rooms here. Some have things to do with a quest, some don't. Another entrance in the back right. There are some industrial spawns on these shelves and other areas. Back rooms and Ollie. Goes all the way down and reconnects. Connects back out to Ollie. So these doors are new. These did not used to be a thing. We can go up through there. I wish I didn't turn power on, bro. This also connects back to Ollie, back to the left. This is Goshan. It's more or less all the same. All except these doors over here that lead directly into Ollie. It's pretty cool. Seems like nothing much has changed. You can go down here, down onto parking. They're not doors that lead into Ollie back here? Like, her idea from Goshan? Interesting. This leads out into Idea. Escalators that go down into parking. There's a couple differences here. It does seem. Actually got quite a bit of different spawns here. Jesus. Spawn here, I guess. A valuable spawn there. Some other mill spawns. throughout here. Ammo spawns, whatnot. Very cool. An armor spawn, okay. Various weapon attachments and ammo scattered around. Might actually be worth coming up here. Med spawn. Or ammo spawns. Basically nothing back here. Almost no reason to go in here. Bag. Poster. Also basically nothing. Registers, of course, in the middle. All locked. Alright, so that was Ollie and Idea. In the back part of Goshan. So let's start with here and we'll work our way over. Most of these stores have basically nothing in them. No real point looting them. Most of the closed stores, double bag spawns every once in a while. Here's the front of Middle Mall. Once again, these clothes stores basically have nothing in them. No real point looting them. Yeah, Texco right here. There's some good spawns here on these shelves. Ollie right there. Rasmussen right here. Also some pretty good spawns in here. Good tech spawns. All along each of these shelves and on these counters in the middle. This is a new spot that you can actually go through into Middle Mall. Go back through it. Just hole in the ground and go down into parking. This is generic. Couple weapon spawns and the things back here. This is the food court. You can go into Goshan through here. Little tent with a couple med spawns here. Also go back into Goshan from here. Also 2 cut-throughs into Bag Goshan. 1 through this store. And 1 through this bathroom right here. Or this is Emercom. A lot of med spawns in here. You need the Emercom medical unit key to get in. Or here and here. And going here, this is back to Idea. And a little crossover right here. Nothing too much in these stores. Weapon spawn right there though. There's a couple spawns on these counters. Couple tool spawns. Mantis is gonna have some medical items. Med spawns, med bags, med boxes. All around. Some jackets. This is back to front Middle Mall. There's the hole in that store. This is brutal. Not too much loot in here. This is Kiba. You need 2 keys to get in here. One for the outer door and one for the inner door. Also, just an FYI, the windows are bulletproof. Power also has to be on for it. These are the escalators in front middle mall. You got sushi right there. Starducks right here. Both have kitchen doors that you can go through. There's one in the sushi as well that you can go through over into the other hallway. And each door comes out to these restaurants. Most of these stores have nothing in them. Not too much loot. This is TechLight. This store has quite a bit of technical supplies, computer parts, gas analyzers, other various swans, motor. Here's someone by TechLight. You have this area. Power does need to be on to open this door, and you also need the ultra medical storage key to open this door right here. Some med spawns outside, but a lot more med spawns inside. Escalators down. There's Ollie. There's Texco. Urban clothes right there. Once again, nothing really much in them. This is to get to the back rooms. You can go over there. You can go down the stairs. And we'll lead you into the back of Ollie. This is the skylight where Hole in the Ground is. Going down to parking. There's 2 restaurants on either side of these corners. They both lead into the back of Top Middle Mall. Escalators down, of course. Just like in the other corner. This wraps around. This is the porta potty that you need to swipe this card shown on screen, and that will open a door to get to the Saferoom extract that I will show you later. This is the other skylight on the other side. There's escalators down to Ollie. Over here leads to the other corners, back rooms, which you can go downstairs, and it will lead you to Idea. Escalators that lead down to Idea. Like I said earlier, each of these restaurants have doors they can use to cut through a little bit. This is the front top floor section. You can see for quite a ways here. Here's the hallway and sushi. Tech light down there. And that is it for the second floor of the middle mall. Let's go down to the basement and do parking. So almost every side of the entire mall has an area you can access the underground parking area from. But this is going down through hole in the ground. There's Rasmussen. There's Kiba. There's Generic. If you go down here, go to the left a bit, this is how you get to the Saferoom Exfil. Once you swipe that card, this door will open. Power needs to be on. And then once you close the door, you will extract. Escalators up. I go to Ollie. Or if I continue this way, I will be going out to almost where Emercom is. Emercom's over there. Backup Goshan over there. If I keep going from this area, I'm now under the back of Goshan. The fire is right above me, as you can hear. So right here, you can see there's a new area. That's where a Scav PMC co-op extract is. I'll show that area a little bit later. If you make a right, you can climb up this area, run up here, and this is the back area of Goshan. Alright, so going back down. You make your way, you're going straight or make a right. You can go out here as well, which is a continuation of the road. There is the power building over there where you turn on power. So this is part of the new area as well. It's all blocked off right here. You can crouch through this van. Or back here that leads to nowhere as of now. Some food spawns on the table. A med spawn there, or a stim spawn. Duffel bag. Bunch of ammo spawns on these tables. Med spawn on the ground there. Food spawn there. Simply, maybe not so simply, crouch back into it, or not. Maybe just run over. Seems a little easier. Alright, and going back over here, this was originally flooded off and closed off, unable to be gone down. And now it is a little pass-through up into another part of the mall. And this is the co-op extract, or a Scav and a PMC to co-op extract from. Other than that, doesn't seem like there's too much down here. We can go up these escalators. And this goes up into Goshan. There's Goshan. The fire. Here's the food court. Let's go back down. If I go out to the right, from hole in the wall, over here. Gonna lead me out of this area. And if I would have instead have went left over here, would have taken me down to under the loading docks, which will be close to Emercom. Alright, here we are back in a hole in the wall where the safe room is. Once again, elevator or escalator that leads up to Ollie. Let's go look at this section. So there's hole in the ground. There's other escalators that lead up into Ollie. Over here, there's nothing except an entrance or exit, rather. One leading out to front of mall and one leading out to the side of the mall. Over there is the transit to customs. Also leads to a little section that goes into the front of Ollie. Alright, so we're back in hole in the ground. If we go this way, there's another entrance. This is going to be to the right if you're looking at the mall. To the right of the front entrance. Front entrance right there. Part that's still blocked off. So we can go over here, and this will lead to not only the escalators up to back of Goshan, but also the escalators down into where the co-op extract is. Down there. Where we came up earlier. Another closed off area right here. So this entrance is going to be to the left of the middle mall entrance. If you're looking at the mall from the outside, it's going to be to the left of it. Right there. Idea over there. Alright, continuing on. These tents don't have too much in them. Maybe some ammo spawns, gun spawns, gun box spawns and whatnot. So continuing on over here, we are now under Idea. There's an entrance to escalators that go up into Idea over here. There's the front bit of Idea right there that the escalators go up to. Escalators that go up into Idea. There's another entrance into parking from over here. There's an entrance on both sides. And I'll show you, this goes up into Idea. This goes outside of Idea, of course. And that goes inside of Idea. This entrance goes once again to the side of Idea. Sign. So that's all for the under of Idea section. We actually have to go back into the inners of the map to go into the underneath of back of Idea. So there's the entrance to the left of the middle mall entrance. We go back here. There's going to be Goshan right around there. There's more escalators right here. A lead into Idea. From this escalator, there's also a staircase that goes up into the back of Ollie. Stores right here. Alright, we are now underneath the back of Idea. There's going to be two sections that lead in and out. The power station is going to be right over there in the corner of the map. So we are currently underneath the loading dock of Idea. Power station over there. Ramp up, go into Goshan or the back of Idea. And this is the last bit. This leads out the side of Idea. Power station right there. Idea right there. It's going to be railway all the way back over there. Emercom in that corner of the map. Also streets transit over there. Customs transit over there. And that's it. You made it. Hopefully you can say you know Interchange now. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to add, post it down below. I'll be sure to answer. If you want to subscribe or like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's about it. See ya.